This video was deleted. Upload cancelled. I believe... Now, I'll still have to check. Right, but... So it looks like it doesn't say anything. It could be my fault. Because I'm too lazy and I will never know. But... we're gonna do that again. It's actually quite surprising that the most controversial videos destroyed. Let's try that again. Exact same title, just same thoughts. We're gonna go through why being gay is a choice, why Donald Trump is cool, why Earth is flat. The most stressful video to watch, but it's still just an opinion. If someone censors my opinion, they either have to keep up with that, keep their identity as that, so they're no longer a platform, and porn kind of creates this problem where certain ideas are actually not appropriate, and violence kind of creates this problem. There's a lot of inappropriate ideas, so I get it, it's fine, but you can never actually like block them like straight up without an explanation. That's pretty rough. Now I'm not sure what happened. Upload could be have cancelled by me. I'm just weirded out by this. I don't remember this specific thing to occur. So we're gonna repeat that again. This has happened on third cycle, so it's just a random video at the moment. So right, genetics kind of form a human being. I'm gonna start with the gay stuff. We know that stuff. Genetics influence how we behave, how we use energy. It may not influence everything. Oh, we shall gonna pause, fix it up for myself. A little better. So, yeah, I don't think genes are everything. Oh, because I have eaten a story that there's something more. Because there can be different cells with the same genes or something that they adapt to the environment. But I want to look into epigenetics. That's a bit more interesting because it completely destroys the credibility of genes. The possibility of unpredictability, just like I have explained in a previous video, it's like don't be predictable, be yourself. This breaks the system. Science doesn't like that, but eventually they will have to accept that things aren't predictable after all. Quantum physics, guys, unpredictable. So yeah, that changes a lot. But most importantly, if you think about it, I'm trying to make an argument for why gay is a choice. Being gay is the lesser importance thing than life itself. Being alive. And yet, you can choose that. You can choose to be alive or not. This idea is already controversial. It's like that fourth unspoken idea the fear of death that everyone has, I certainly don't encourage. My mentality is that um, I have been given this life, and I know that it's harmful to leave, and it's very hard to leave what you have been given, even though I don't know the source of it. I don't know how the deal has been made, but I have this life, and I have to make the best of it that I can. I have to be me as well, because morality is important. It's gonna embrace your experience. But I know that life is a choice. In the end, it's a choice. Everything else that falls in the category of life is also a choice, no matter how you look at it. Certain circumstances will kind of encourage you to be gay, so you can do more things, or you can relieve stress over certain people thinking about you a certain way. You can actually relieve stress. You think that being gay is more stressful while trying to find a girlfriend. That's a big deal. Being rejected, that's a big deal. Creating a family, there's a lot of stressful things in there that you can just change. You can show freedom to other people. Being gay is just being freedom within freedom, right? Embracing it. Now, so this is why I don't like, I don't hate on any of these ideas that I'm talking about. I don't hate on round Earth when I think that Earth is flat. In fact, I would, appreciate the truth for what it is. So I cannot hate the truth, but I just don't find it truthful. And whoever is hiding the truth, possibly, there's a possibility of them deserving to be hated, like corporations like NASA. They are starting to create a dream world. Governments employ themselves. They're in a high status. They create their own dream worlds. They can do a lot of things because they're financially, prepped for that. And in exchange, they have to share their passion. So they have to give away the dream world to other people. Like, we are capable of living in our dream worlds because the government is also in a dream world. Even if it's Satanist and really evil stuff, and even perhaps Donald Trump is a part of it, a part of the elite. Maybe he's not an outsider, but that's what we wanted. Like, I guess Snowden and many others say that this is what America wanted. What's the problem? Right? It's not. You have to make debates. We don't, not just noise. You can be a leftist and make noise that you don't like something, and then you can be a right and respond to that noise that you hear. But you're actually an actor of that noise. You can actually impact it. So neither side cannot change anything except their own perspective and just stop doing stupid stuff. It's just so easy. Just don't fall to the left or right. He's an outsider. You be an outsider. You will understand that Donald Trump is on a similar level, not exactly the same. And I don't care to watch over him or anything. I am not getting distracted. I just know that there is this person out there that everyone is outraged by for a long time, and will still have to be because he's here to stay. Now, and he's being referenced a lot. That has to be a thing, right? Like emoji movie. You don't just reference things for no reason. There has to be a reason, and that reason is very good. The more hype you put in, that has to be like badass reason. Donald Trump is cool because of that. He has embraced his own popularity. He took the deal, even though he may or may not want to be president. He simply took the deal and he's doing whatever. Even if America falls apart, I just respect the person. I wouldn't do that myself. Right? I wouldn't run for president ever, whatever I make out of my life. But I simply have to respect every side, and I don't see any problem with it. I think it was a better choice, by far a better choice. But obviously people want freshness in politics, and again, that's what they got. Now, I don't want to get into the details of flat Earth. I think people have to research it for like 30 hours to actually get my perspective. Because my perspective is just simply straight up research of whatever facts are out there. Like I didn't directly encounter the shill part of it, where you accelerate. If people think that, oh, the sun just goes under the flat Earth or something, or that the waters, how do you hold the waters in, or how, just stupid questions like that. But I did have similar thoughts when I was starting up. It's like, it is pretty stupid, and I couldn't like figure out how to make it smart. But then my research in it, it's beautiful, right? It's beautifully put together. The model is much more spiritually powerful and intense, and just amazing. There are a few mysteries of flat Earth, of course, like what are the stars, what is holding all these skies together, everything together, why it's rotating, everything rotates, that shadow on the moon. These are mysteries, and around the Earth it doesn't actually explain them very well. Like Coriolis effect is one of the things people use. Gravity, something people use. Yet these can be debunked. Coriolis effect can simply be caused by a big object, like the sun, but it's not about gravity, but the sun's electromagnetic field actually moving the objects. Because sun is a powerful object and very influential in terms of energy. Yet it doesn't have to have gravity to influence waters or other movable objects. Instead, it has this invisible force, which is heat. I'm not sure if it's just heat, but heat is a lot of cool things, so I don't want to... I have no idea, right? But for me, it's just heat is enough to move objects around already. And if there's some electromagnetic force behind that, that's cool. Now, again, the moon also debunks that it's the cold moonlight. Like, why the moonlight is cold is like, it's not... Is it coming from the moon itself or something? How can the moon... It's like, it doesn't make sense at all. Around there doesn't explain a lot of things. And I really encourage people to investigate. In fact, like, we simply see the world as it is. And it's much more appealing to just go flat than go round and create all these mysteries for yourself. You have to look at the story which is less stressful to understand. And all I'm saying is that Flat Earth has a cool story. I'm not saying it's true, but I do believe it. Because better stories make up for better evidence. Now, this is all controversial, but like I'm super calm about these things, right? Being gay. Would I ever choose to be gay? I don't want to. I don't see it as a challenge. I don't see it as an interesting choice. But it is a perk, and if it is a perk, it's like you don't actually reject exploring men, even though that can be gross. But I don't want to entertain this thought, right? It's a bit too much for me, right? There's a few thoughts that are a bit too much for me, but I wouldn't throw a choice out. The fact that I can choose that is a big deal. And to make it a not a choice is the only thing that you can make a not a choice is you can see that you're being forced to be gay, which is kind of fucked up. Like you can force yourself to not be gay. That makes it a choice yet again, because you have enough will to do it the otherwise. Now, if you don't have it, I mean, in any situation, you would still be able to have enough will to counter this behavior, which makes it a choice yet again. So not only life is a choice, but your will. With enough will, you can just still act as not gay. And then you get a tag over time. I don't care what happens inside of you, but you can still make it happen, right? So it has to be a choice. Everything is a choice beyond your life. And you should embrace that. And make sure that no one is able to force you to choose otherwise from what you want. The intention is everything. And we need freedom for sure. And we're going to be fighting for that. Fighting those upload cancels in every way possible. Alright. Thank you guys. The season is ending. Hopefully I don't have to make more of those fucking bonus videos. Holy shit.